commiserations. You must be bitterly disappointed with that result.
Yeah, of course, coming off the back of winning 3 games in a row, and to churn that out in the first half was really disappointing. To churn it out the full game, to be honest, the second half of the game we tried to change it. As obviously made a lot of changes at half time because we didn't accept what was going on in the first half, and just a poor day completely. Kept the same team again because we've been desperate for that consistency, and the boys have earned that, but today was disappointing.
Where did you put that first 45 down to? Can you put it on the long trip back from South Shields on Tuesday night?
No, absolutely no chance. I told the players that. No chance. We had a young lad in the dressing room before the game today who's, trust me, he's got a tougher fight than what we've got, so there is absolutely no excuses, none whatsoever. Tiredness is a mindset. We're not tired. We are not tired. Yes, we had a long travel and stuff like that, but if you can't get yourself going in 45 minutes in front of 2,500 supporters, then that's a mentality thing, it's not a tiredness thing.
Disappointing in the manner of the goals as well, particularly Glenn Taylor unmarked in the box.
Yeah, the manners, they have a throw in, two players touch the ball, it's on your net. It's the small details. The small details are vitally important, and there's a reason, and it's not disrespectful to the level or anything like that. There's a reason that players are at the top level or at the top level. They do the small details, the finer things. I've just mentioned a player, I won't name him, a Premier League player that everyone probably always goes on. We've all done it, looked at Premier League teams and went, how is he playing at this level? He's playing at that level because he does the basics world class. You can do the basics world class at this level. You can run for as long as you possibly can. You can fight for as long as you possibly can. But we didn't do that.
It was a sub against Brackley first half. Obviously, you turned it around in that game. Do they feel more pressure at home, do you think, than playing away where they could be a little bit more free?
It looks that way. Listen, we're asking the same questions, but it does look that way. Is it? I'm hoping it's not, because a lot of them have played at this club now for a while. There was a lot that was here last year, and without being disrespectful to other ones in the league, if you want to go and play with other clubs in the league that don't get as big attendance and a proper football club feel like ours, then by all means do it. But we won't accept that. We won't accept that first half. Same with the Brackley one, and it's easy to cover up the cracks and say, yeah, we went and won 3-2, and I can't come out here after winning 3-2 and say I'm absolutely devastated with the performance and all this. It wasn't good enough. It genuinely wasn't. We scored a penalty and I think a couple of set pieces or whatever it was. Southport at home, I don't think we affected the goal enough. I think maybe 2 or 3 shots in the full game. So we seem to be different at home than we are away. Thankfully the next 2's away, and it gives us a bit of time to try and come up with something for the next home game. Of
course, 3 great wins before this. Are you worried though it stalled the momentum a little bit in terms of the playoff picture now?
No, I'm not, because we're inconsistent. There's no 2 ways about it. We're inconsistent, so that inconsistency almost gives you hope, because if you churn that out today, then Tuesday night it's going to be a completely different ball game. I've told the lads you need a market. I've just been told I've won 6-1 today, so you're going to be up against it, a tough game at a tough venue. So no, I'm not worried about that. Obviously I'm going to be critical, and I'm down more than anyone, and it hurts me more than anyone, but at the same time, we've just come back off the back of 3 brilliant results, so it's important that we and it starts with me, that we stay calm. And yes, we're disappointed, yes, we won't accept what went on today, but it's important to bounce back.
What's the mood in the dressing room? How have the players responded to you?
It's low, it absolutely is, it's low. There's sometimes I played under managers that used to come in and just go mad every single week, and it loses its effect. So I'm not saying, listen, we went in and had a proper choice word, but it's not something that we'll constantly do, because it loses its effect. And sometimes you've got to get it to driven by players. It can be driven by Roone. Sometimes it's obviously driven by me most of the time, but players recognise it. We've got experienced players that watched today that weren't in the squad who recognise what's went on. So sometimes it's better coming from within the dressing room than always from me. And that's by no means me saying here I've not had a pot, because we obviously have, but it's been backed up by other players in the dressing room, which helps. But we're having too many of these conversations at home. far too many of them. But we've got to pick ourselves up. We've done it before. We'll do it again. The players have put us in a brilliant position for us to go and try and go and win the next 3 and just build a bit of positive momentum. Of course we're all disappointed. Of course supporters will be disappointed. It's hurting, but we can't let that overspill onto tomorrow and Monday and then look at Tuesday.
Sure. Paul, commiserations. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.